Hey guys, my name's Darren Thornbury and I'm the person behind Dazzletronics, the effects pedals. It's my first time filming myself, but today I want to show you my old and new transistor collection, mostly germanium, bit of silicon. I've been really putting off this video. I've always been quite fearful to show anyone because my collection just grows every day and I'm always getting cool stuff, so I think, oh, if I do the video now then it's going to miss out on this thing which might be coming off eBay next week. But anyway, how did I get into it? My second build, my first pedal I built didn't work, and the second one I thought, I'll build a fuzz face. What a funny thing to start with. And so I thought, alright, right. I went to tonepad.com, which is a very cool website, very tight PCB layouts, very cool. And so I saw the build list. This needs 2x AC128. I thought, okay, I looked it up on my local electronics distributor sites, and nobody had it. I thought, maybe there's a generic I can get for it. I couldn't really find out much on this AC128 because I didn't know it was a new old stock, something that wouldn't be available. And eventually, by chance, I called some TV repair guy 20 k's away and said, "Do you have an AC128?" He goes, "Yes, I do. I'll come in and get it." And I went. And there's an old Chinese guy, TV repair. CRT is still in this time. Wasn't too long ago. LCD wasn't quite on the market as big. And so yeah, I'm the guy on the phone, AC128. He gives me his phone, look. Yes. How many do you need? He goes out in the back and pulls out this little tiny drawer. He's got this little drawer of AC128s. I'm thinking, why is this thing metal? Okay, I'll just is that the right one? Is that the one I want? I'm gonna go with it, fine. And he asked what I'm doing with it. I'm telling him we're gonna make a guitar pedal. He goes, okay, that makes sense. He tells me the story. I'm like, well, these are germanium. I didn't know what they were. He explained it to me, which is really good. These are germanium. These are the only thing that sort of come close to the vacuum tube, and he had a lot of old tube repair stuff there. So this guy who was doing modern hi-fi TVs and stuff, he's still telling me this old material is really good. I'm thinking, oh, there must be something to it then. If he's not even into guitars or all this Mojo stuff, so there must be something to it. Maybe there's a bit of truth. I took it home. Luckily, it made the best fuzz face ever, just with stock value resistors, so I got really lucky with that because I knew nothing about what I was doing. So yeah, now I'll show you on my Apple phone what's going on. Sorry, it's very low light, but bear with me. Thanks, enjoy. Hi guys and girls, so I've just spread my transistors all over the lounge room floor, and I thought I'd just go through them in no particular order, from right to left I suppose, but I did intentionally want to start with this box, which has some Raytheon packets in it. So, these are the goodies. This is very hard to do with one hand, so hopefully I don't have this problem the whole video. Alright, these are some CK722s. They have the reputation as the first transistor available on the market, which was in 1953. These are some silver ones, which is pretty cool, in original packaging. And good, there's a blue one. It's obviously a used one because the legs have been cut off. But it's a really cool transparent navy blue. There's another CK7, 721, little brother, or sister. And that's another navy blue one. This is cool. CK722 transistors. So there's a few of the black ones. So they had silver, black, and blue in the time. That's in the packaging. There's some more CK722 transistors. I think there's 10 black ones there. Wouldn't be much use for it, but just to collect them now. What have I got in here? Some random, I think they're mostly tungsten transistors. There's a whole heap. And what's in here? Some Russians. Lots of Russians are on the web these days. A lot of them have been sorted through, so what's left isn't really appropriate for pedal work. I don't know, there's a little bag of GE black transistors. Doesn't look like they're all the same. Some have the top hats, you might see, and a lot of them have the pinch top. Some more Russians. This is, I don't know, a TV repair transistor kit. PNP, NPN, power transistor, so generics in the cool retro packaging if you didn't really know what you needed on your on the road. TV repair was obviously a big career back then. This is my collection of CV7003s, which are the military version, or zero leakage, or nearly zero for some of them. These are March 1978, 77, bit here and there. They're the military version of the OC44, which is the reputation of the Rangemaster transistor. So there's a whole box of them to keep me going into the future. So I think I've got the world supply of them. So if you wanted one, sorry about that, but I want them. Ha! These are cool. It says, I've labelled it 50, 2SA, 202A. So these are just Sanyos. I really like what the Japanese did with transistors. They had a lot of hi-fis coming out just before silicon, and they really were hi-fi. These good spec, tight spec, low noise, they just work well. What are these? Similarly, I put these beside it. These are Mitsubishis. I don't know how it looks like. I think there was 170 or something I bought of them. Very similar, low to zero leakage, moderate gains. EFT transistors here. And put the phone down. So they're cool. I call them the silver bullets. What's here? I like, to me, for collector's purpose stuff in packaging, it's cool. So what are these? RCA 2N404s. I thought I had one out of the packet, but I'm not going to open them, so you don't get to see them. Some random bits and pieces. Looks like there's some mullards in there, all different sorts. I need to look at the camera as I'm showing you. There's some, don't know, random silicons. There's a whole, I've had heaps of stuff that I've got in bulk lots that are just random. A lot of power transistors I wouldn't use, they're not good for fuzzers and stomp boxes and stuff. But there's some gems in there I'll go through one day. What's in here? This is, don't know, whatever. And I've got a few boxes like that. Those are some RCAs. Oh, okay. So this has some AC125s. Texas Instrument one in there. What are these? Gold leads on a, looks like Motorola. Motorola did a lot of stuff with gold leads. That's pretty cool. I love this when you get stuff, original packaging. GE semiconductor transistors, these are 2N404s as well. So a few companies did the 404s. I like that GE logo still has lasted the test of time. We look at it now and go, oh, that's a trendy logo, but back then, retro. Ah, what's there? Skip it. What do I have in here? Alright, so it looks like this has some Japanese things and 2SB. OA7, there's a little germanium glass diodes I found. They look like the Mullard style. A few other little heat shrink things. SFT 367s. Some more random bits. These I want to show you. AC128s. Now that's a big name. There's heaps of people doing something called, open air quotation, AC128. This is a box of the last remaining ones. I used to be able to buy these by Magnatech. They had pretty high gain, leakage was here and there, noise was here and there, you really had to sort through them. These are some new ones I got from China, and they're actually pretty good. Zero leakage and medium to lowish gain. Perfect if you've got a circuit to fit around it. What are they? Oh, Etco, yeah, gold lead. I had a lot of stuff by Etco. This is cool, I love this. RCA, high quality transistors. The packaging is cool, but transistors are cooler. What is in there? Now, there's a box of 100. 20 went to Sean Klinger because we trade stuff. These are just more, which ones were they? I thought they were 202. But they are also labelled, you might see US, you can't see that, it's crappy lighting in here, USAF. So I really love grabbing all the USAF, United States Air Force military stuff, and the US Army stuff, because it's all top notch, zero noise, zero leakage, if that's what you want. There's some power transistors in there, screw that. This is my my Mallard box. Pretty cool. So what have I got? Mallard OC41. That's great. What have I got in here? Mallard OC42. So I've got a heap of different styles of them too. This one, I grab the ones that say Great Britain on them. They're obviously the ones you want. So there's a few different types. There's some weird blue glass thing there. It's labelled as 42. Who knows who did it? This one's labelled as 42. Could be Valvo. Who knows? I don't. I'm sure someone does know. Beside him, so they're in order. I had the foresight of doing that. OC44s. These were the reputable ones in the Rangemaster treble booster. So there's, I'm sure I've got maybe like 6 at least, maybe 7 sorts of OC44s, different people manufacturing. It should be by Mallard. These are labelled Mallard OC44. These all have a yellow dot on them. Different purposes. Some were for oscillators and some were in radio use. I'll show you more of them later, I hope. There's a glass black tube version of the CV7003. The yellow glass one labelled Mallard Great Britain. It's hard to tell. A lot of stuff, because there's so many different ones, some of them could have been fakes. It's whether or not they work, if they work well. OC45s. And again, there's like 3 different sorts. What's here? 70, so I'll try to get them in sequence. 71s, of course, lots of different sorts. These are actually labelled as Velvo. 74. If you look at some of these are falling apart, test of time. Sorry, I got to put it in camera. 76s, they're really aged. Some of them you couldn't really even tell. Here's a used one, I bet you can't. It's just almost rust. Poor guy. And yeah, that just goes on. Won't bore you with that. These will be interesting for you, I hope. OC81 pile. So I've got a few different sorts. These are the fake ones, like, you know, reissue that popped up. Someone's labelled it. OC81D, you know, D for the mojo. BS, that's crap. Another OC81, Great Britain. A few different sorts. There are some Ds in there. OC81Z, I've got a lot of them. Let's see. And an OC81M, whatever that was for, I don't know. You'd have to find an old data sheet, find out what the M extension was. And they keep going, whatever. That's cool. I just brought these out. These are my J201s by Fairchild. Very common JFET transistor. Everyone used it. Craig Anderson. But Fairchild just labelled them as obsolete. They're only doing surface mount device now. So these through-hole ones that we're used to using disappeared, but they'll be around for the future. Everyone's going to have them. You know, 30 years, you'd like to hope. But yeah, I got a reel of fake Chinese ones, and which I wasn't happy with the quality of them. What's in here? Looks like my GE. There's a lot of GE transistors in here, which is cool. I like GE. All black. They perform well. A lot of the stuff here doesn't. A lot of it's for... These are the top hat GEs, because they look like a gentleman's hat. And this one is a GE 320B USAF. I love collecting the USAF transistors, and there's a good amount of them. Make some fuzzes one day, pinch hats, and these are cool. More labelled as USAF. Some of them are grey. They've got different colours underneath the epoxy filling. That's just for fun. Why not, you know? What else have I got? More GE stuff in packaging. Some are in some tubes here. Some of them are in boxes. Some more stuff I have to go through. GE. A lot of them I haven't sorted. More GE. Don't know what they are. Some Fairchild. The new market. Good on them. So that's a CV7007. I haven't actually tested that yet. Okay, this should be a cool box for you. This has some of my favourites in it. Raytheon and RCA. RCA make really cool stuff. That, you know, it's made for radio. It's not made for noisy switching applications. There's the Rayzistor, Raytheon Rayzistor, which has 1,000,000 leads. I can't remember what the pinout is, so I'll skip that one. And there's another one, a Rayzistor, which comes with a little circuit board for it, so you can do point-to-point mounting, because this would have gone in like a Fender, I don't know, old tube. Might have been a tremolo part. A little Paxilon board, so yeah, that smells awesome. I got a few of them. Not much use for designing a circuit around one of them. CK7, what is it? 760 or a 2M112. They're another cool blue, navy blue, high quality stuff. More Rays 2 and 4 and 4s, a whole heap of them. And there's a box of other blue things here. Some of them I only just got, I haven't sorted out. There's a CK722. So another 722. Haven't put in with the other guys. And there's a heap of little blue ones. They're mostly silicon. I didn't have one of these until recently. CK768s, another early one. So yeah, there's a whole heap of cool crap in there. What else have I got? Oh, here's some of my Japanese 2SBs, Mitsubishi, Sanyo. A lot of that stuff is really, really low noise, and they perform really well. So holding on to them. More packaged ones that can go with them, but they're a different sort. What have I got? More packaged. I think they were, yeah, they were GEs. Here, you know, just stuff that's too bulky. So I've got, I don't know what they are, some weird random silicon thing. They are super duper high gain. These ones, Texas Instrument by the logo, and they are also USAF Texas Instrument, so that's cool. USAF I do like. Some power ones that are just chucked in randomly, get them out of the way. What else have I got? Some more, whatever. Some more, there's some Texas Instrument ones in there. These are some Mullard OC81s, 81Z, I don't know what Z is. And I've got a few packets of them, all, you know, new in stock packaging. Don't know how they measure, I'm not going to open them. Not yet, I will. I plan to, in my retirement, when they're worth $1 million each. And some silicons. What have I got? There's a box here. Okay. What are these? These are some J201s, but they were the fake ones from China, which didn't really work very well. Some Mullard. What are they? CV7075s. All blue. Weird. Isn't that weird? It's a bit weird. You don't think so? Oh, I'll just stab myself on that one. So, because I called it weird. I don't know what that is. That's some more CVs. And, oh, these are cool. Look at this. Another Raytheon Rayzistor. So inside there's a light and a light sensitive resistor. Isn't that cool? It's got its own little clips, you clip it into the spot. So designed to be interchangeable, like I guess the globe's blue. These are some of my favourites. You alright? OC 44s. And they're different sorts. These are more yellow dot OC 44s that people look for. Different specs. Now what I was talking about before with specs. I read someone on the net saying, oh, you know, some of them had this dot, these ones perform better. I'm not quite sure what they are. Here's the answer. OC 44, mixer, oscillator, yellow spot, 45, orange spot, blue spot. So that's why they labelled them. So yellow was the oscillator, first IF, orange spot, second IF, blue spot. So that's what the colours mean. they're just there. So that's the answer. I've never seen one of these before. I love the packaging, Mullard Limited. Don't think I would ever want to use these. Might use these guys, do some special projects. Some more power transistors I don't really need. More stuff I don't need. Someone will. I'm going to give someone will get them one day. RCAs. So I've started measuring these, and they're all zero leakage except this stupid one, which is 0.04, and pretty good gains. What are they? PNPG. Oh, I didn't know what they are. So there's a whole heap of them. You can make so many good fuzzes out of them. Hundreds, literally, of tungstrums, AC128s and stuff, and they've got different colours, different markings. These are paired ones. So whoever's done this has been thinking about us guys making pedals. Excuse me. Yeah, different batches with different gain ranges, so different usabilities. Okay, here are the new old stock AC128s. Obviously, they're mixed in with the tungsten one. So and there's some more CVs too. CV7043. I want to show you, there's lots of different sorts of the AC128. This is an authentic old one, obviously. Tungsten. And there's different styles. There's been lots of people in Europe manufacturing them. And some of them, I think I've only got two of the original, but the other ones are just as old pretty much, and they work just as well. If you want the mojo, if you want to buy into that sort of thing. Forgot I had these to show you. I've part of the fetish, I collected some printed media. This is a good favourite. Raytheon, Secret of Success, Quality in Quantity. You see there's what, like 100 transistors there. Raytheon, the giant that makes midgets. Raytheon Manufacturing Co. So they got a few inductors, transistors, tubes, mini tubes. This is cool. Transistors? Yes. Commercially practical now. Malloy products. That's cool. This one I'd protect a bit better. Goes straight, 54 million miles, then turn left. Fairchild. Semiconductor. That's a full page ad someone snipped out. Consider the tiny transistor. It fits in the palm of your hand. New products made with new materials. New processes. Texas Instrument. There's a little... Texas Instrument. How to get high temperature stability and industrial economy. With new TI low-cost silicon industrial transistors. It's funny, when silicon came, Raytheon started turning to red, and they had their blue ones for germanium, silver before that, and then they made a division. So if you see things in red, it might suggest it's silicon. And there's a little amplifier circuit. Strip that back, change the values. Guess what? It's a fuzz face. Yeah? You're thinking about it, aren't you? Silicon, Raytheon transistors. See, that shows you I showed you all the blue ones, but they did go to red. Cool. There must have been an ad in there that I wanted in this magazine. It's pretty cool. It's got how to build tube amps. There's a lot of ads in there. Teach yourself, you know, how to work on old TVs, ham radios, be a repairman. Bloody cool. Why repair TV tubes? Tuners. That's another one. There must have been something in there I wanted. I just don't want to cut it out. Philco steps up. Transistor production to meet the demands of the industry. Alright, good for them. RCO progress report on transistors. So they're saying, this one's cool. They're saying transistors are coming. Before they even made it, they said, yeah, we're going to be doing something. Shows you the difference in advertising back then. They're saying, look, the future's coming, and but in current marketing they say, well, no, the future's here, we're living in it, but this is the future. Yeah, in the past they're saying, well, the future's coming, we've got a glimpse of it, here it is. Another certificate of authenticity, what's it on? Ah, that's cool. Transistors, mighty might of electronics, RCA. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice, good one. Protect him. Breaking through the heat barrier. Silicon. So silicon's come and it's, oh, we've stabilized everything now. Don't worry, you can use it in a fighter jet if you want, and it's not going to shift the biasing all around. Okay. The transistor that smashed the frequency barrier. That's Bell Labs. So they've obviously done the earliest transistor work, some of it. Pretty cool to have that one. Don't have a date on this. That would have been on the certificate, which I was just looking at. One part in what's that number? 10 billion. So it's a Bell Labs. It's a little document on what germanium actually is, how rare it is. Pretty cool. Don't know what's in here. Let's take a look. Radio is one-way street. Another Bell Labs. Which is good that this stuff is still around. I'm trying not to wreck it. I'm trying to preserve it. This is a good one. That's the little giant with a big future. Which is, yeah, that's what they saw it as. Little tiny thing, replace the tube, you can make hearing aids, whatever. And it was the future. They really nailed it. The transistor was the future. I've got millions of them delivering this video to you now. Good on them. Thanks for watching. See you guys.